Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. This morning, bit of a rushy morning this morning. It's starting to rain a little bit. That's got nothing to do with it, but it's very, very humid out. And humidity and goats don't go well together, along with a lot of other things. But we're trying to clean the barn out. Today I have some help. Grant, say hello, Grant.
Hello.
We're trying to get this pen cleaned out. I've already started a little bit. Forgot my camera. We've got all the goats moved out. So you guys are gonna see a little bit on how we clean out. I've only gotten a couple buckets out. It's a mess behind the barn. But that's what we're doing. Waving goodbye to the other help. We're just done chores. So we're gonna show you a little bit on how we clean out. I gotta move a fan or two. Here, can't get underneath the fan when I am cleaning out. So, just gonna get the camera set up and let you guys watch a little bit on how we get this done. Have fun. So I'm just going to take a minute here. I know some of you may be asking, why do I have to clean the pen out? I got lots of room yet. And you're right, I do have lots of room, but in this weather we're having, the heat, where the goats are laying, the more manure, the more water and straw I put in there, the more heat there is. Now, why do we get heat? So, when you look on the top, it's not that bad. It really isn't. I could have bedded this morning and it could have been beautiful, all nice and fluffy straw for them. No problem, they would have loved that. But the problem we have is it's a little blown up here. You can see it looks like it's 2 feet tall, but where I haven't touched it yet, it's only about a foot thick. But it's this. This is really soaked in straw. Now, normally straw is yellow. It's because this has taken in a lot of moisture, a lot of manure, and when it's all full and it's packed together, it ferments. So it breaks down all the molecules so that when we spread this on the ground, it's fertilizer. It really is it's natural fertilizer for the plants that are growing in the fields. Now, if we just spread the straw out, it takes a lot longer for it to break down. So when it's got full of other nutrients like manure and the pee from the goats and that, it creates some really good fertilizer for the crops. Now, that breaking down process, the fermenting like I was talking about, creates a lot of heat. You'll see it, manure piles in the winter, they're steaming. That's that fermenting process. There's oxygen, there's water, there's the fiber. Fiber is the straw and stuff like that. And that breaking down creates heat. Now, that process in my barn, we have enough heat in here as it is. We don't need more. The bodies create heat. The moving around, that creates heat. I want as less heat as possible. So when we get close to that 1 foot thick or 8 inches thick, I want it out. I want nice fuzzy, just bare concrete and nice fluffy straw. And you'll see later when we bed them, they love it. They're gonna be so much more comfortable in here than they were before we cleaned it out. Another instance I know for showing that, when we cleaned out this pen here a little while ago, you'll notice that they bunch up in front of the fan over there. That's telling me that it's too hot, and the only way that they can cool down is by being in front of a lot of airflow. So like the fan, that fan's pushing a lot of air. I mean, I can feel that fan over there, and that's probably 30 feet away. But in order to get the right speed to cool the goat down, they gotta be a lot closer. So, because it's so hot in the pen. So when I clean this pen out, and we come in the barn later on today, you're gonna see the goats spread out through the whole pen, keeping nice and cool equally, because there's not a lot of heat everywhere else. That's why we're cleaning the barn out. Now we got another 30 feet to go yet, and then we're gonna bed them all up. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, the last few buckets there, it was boring outside. So, yes, I am soaked. We got her all cleaned out. There's just a little bit on the end there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. A little bit down in there. I'm not too worried about that. The rest of it, for the most part, cleaned right out. So you can see we have about 20 inches of concrete on that side, and this side I know for a fact that's 16 inches. So another clue for me to know when to clean the pen out is the goats hit their necks on this bar. You can see on that side they're getting pretty close. That pen does need to be cleaned out. I wanted to do this one first because it's a little bit easier and it's been so hot. Now right now, because it just rained, it's cool out. Once that sun comes out, it's gonna be hot, 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 hot again because it just rained. I'm gonna take a minute here. I know we didn't do this before, but the difference between why we do round bales and big squares. You've seen me in the morning when I bed with the chopper, I'm using big square bales. That's because the big square bales are easier to handle with that chopper. It's made for little square bales, but I don't have the manpower to be making, what is it? We made 300 big square bales times 11. Yeah, about 4,000 little square bales. I just can't do that. I don't have the manpower to do that. So, why I do round bales? Round bales is for this particular purpose. When we clean the pen out, we bed with round bales. This year we've been very fortunate. The people that I bought it from, their combines are fairly new, John Deere combines, and they beat the tar out of the straw, so it is fine, fine, fine. You're gonna notice with a round bale, it wraps the bale. There's wraps around it. A big square bale, it's a plunger. They plunge it, they fill it, they plunge it. So there's slices, easier for the chopper. Now, with the round bale, it should roll right out. This stuff, because it's so fine, you're gonna notice that when I have my nephew Grant cut the string, before he's done cutting the string, that bale's ready to bust apart and it's just a big fluff ball. There is some spots where it will be a little bit more challenging for me to spread, but because it's so nice and fluffy, when I come in with the tractor, you're gonna notice it's just gonna poof, and it's gonna spread all over the place. I'm gonna make nice and thick bedding in here, and it's gonna be beautiful. You're gonna see these goats happy, happy, happy goats is what you're gonna see. It's not supposed to do that, but it does. So now we got all this straw in here. I spread out with the tractor. It doesn't look very pretty. So we're gonna take our pitchforks here and cover up the couple spots that are not. We're gonna set a bunch of gates up to where the pens are for each section of kids and milking goats in the front there. We're gonna try to get this quickly done before the sun works too much magic. The sun is out again. Those kids keep playing with that fan, driving me a little bonkers. We're gonna fix that too. So we're gonna get all this spread out and everybody sorted out, back in their pens. And when you believe it or not, we got real help over here. Yeah, she was out in the rain too. Sadie, you gonna say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Yeah, she's ripping and rearing and ready to help. You gonna help, Sadie? Yeah. You gonna help? Yeah. All right, she's gonna help chase some goats. All right, we're gonna get to rolling. I've used a little bit more force than a goat, but these clamps are junk. turn this back on. You may not be able to see it, but it's a little dusty. There's just a little bit of dust on the straw yet. That's why it's a little dusty. But other than that, it's not too bad. We're now going to chase in the... Grant's got the little group up over there. He's going to chase down this way, and they're going to go in this next pen here. Where Sadie's hanging out. She likes to play in the pens with the goats too once in a while. So she's just going to have some fun with those goats. To be able to hold this pen here, we had to make the pen over there half the size. They still fit. It's not according to regulation, but it's only about an hour that we had them in there while we cleaned the pen out. That's okay. It just can't be permanent. So now that we've got these ones moved back in, he's going to go open up that gate so they have the proper space. I am now going to let these kids back into their pen over there. Sadie's just getting everybody all comforted in. As you can see, they do a better job of leveling the bedding out than we do. A lot more legs. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this gate. We're going to let these troublemakers back into their pen. It takes them a little bit more convincing to go back. I haven't done it too many times yet. Now I would love to just leave the camera here to show you how much they love it, but they're gonna chew on the camera. I'm gonna see if I can get a spot higher up to show you for a little bit. Show you how much they really love it.